So I'm super bullish on high yield savings accounts. And in this video, I'm going to share exactly why. And so a high yield savings account is not going to really get you rich. Uh, it's very true. Uh, but I wanted to talk about this because I saw somebody commented on one of my videos where I was sharing that at the time when I recorded it, I had somewhere around 16,000 in a high yield savings account, and every month I would get anywhere between $50 and $60 in interest deposited. And they were commenting like, what? Like that's it? So like you put 16 grand in there and you're getting $50 a month because of it. And I wanted to share this because yes, it doesn't seem like that much for the money, but a traditional bank account, let's say that you're saving for something. You just started the habit of being able to spend less than what you make. You want to be able to start investing soon, or maybe you're saving to buy a house or something like that. If you're putting your money into a traditional savings account for your bank, most of the time they're going to give you anywhere between 0.5% interest to 1% interest on that money if you're keeping it in your bank account. What's this mean? Let's just say, for numbers' sake, that your bank account gives you 1% interest, 1% APR. Well, what this means is that you're going to get 1% of your money added to your bank account every year. So let's say you have $100 in that bank account and you keep it in there all year long. Well, at the end of the year, your bank will give you a total of $1 to add to it. So if you have $1,000 in there, your bank will give you $10 at the end of the year. If you have $10,000 in there, your bank will give you $100. So the reason I like high yield savings accounts is because, before I get into that, I also want to mention inflation. Inflation is on average around 3% per year. It fluctuates every year, depending on what's going on politically, but on average it's around 3% every year. So what this means is that if you have $1,000 and you just keep it in an account that doesn't gain any interest at all, let's say you take your $1,000 out in cash and you put it under your mattress. Well, next year, that $1,000 is actually worth, let's see, what's 3% of 1,000? 30. So that $1,000 is actually worth $970 in a year. It went down 3%. Now, it's still $1,000, but the amount of stuff that you can buy with it is the equivalent of what you could have bought with $970 like the year before. So why am I bringing this up? I'm bringing this up because if you want to save money and actually be able to save it, you want to put it somewhere where it's growing at a faster rate than inflation is eating away at it. Because every year inflation is eating away at those dollars. It's making it so that they're less powerful. So you can buy less with that same amount of money because of inflation. So high yield savings account, it's not going to get you rich. It's not going to make you wealthy. It's going to make it so that your money isn't being eaten by inflation and you're actually able to save it. So that's why I store cash in high yield savings accounts. I put it in there so that it's growing at a faster rate than inflation. I think my high yield savings account that I have my money in, it was 4.35%, but I think now it's 4.1. They changed the rate, but whatever. Um, it's still higher than 3%. So that means that, okay, the money is, if I have $10,000, we'll keep the math simple. If I have $1,000 in there, that means that, let's say that it's growing at 4%, just for simplicity's sake. I have $1,000 in, sits in there all year. At the end of the year, they deposit $40. Or actually, no. Yeah, if I have $1,000, they would deposit 40 at the end of the year. Um, but inflation brings that down 30. So it's like I still have a net gain of like 10, right? So the money is growing, inflation's not eating away at it. And I like to put funds into a high yield savings account so that I can save it for other investments. Let's say, like, if you want to save for the down payment of a house, instead of putting that money into the market and putting that, this is what I'm personally doing with my high yield savings account. It's what it's for. It's for um, not it's for emergencies, right? It's not for like, oh, like I have extra bills this month and so I can pull money out of my savings account to pay those. It's like, no, it's for emergencies. It's for, what if I get into a car accident? I can't work for 6 months. I can't do something for a really long time and I need living expenses. That's what it's for, right? Or it's for me saving for the down payment of a property. And I still don't want to wipe it all the way out when I buy that property. It's for security reasons. And so it's not to make me wealthy. It's so that I can park my money somewhere and it's not going to get eaten away. So as far as finding the best high yield savings accounts, like you can Google it. You can Google best high yield savings accounts, and a lot of them you can start them really simply just by, it's like creating an online bank account. I really like them because your money doesn't get eaten away. You don't get a debit card with them. So you have to transfer money out of your bank account over there. It takes a couple days to get over there. And to pull money out, it takes a couple days. I have to initiate a transfer and pull it to my regular bank account. I don't have a debit card where I can just swipe and take money out of the high yield savings account. It's literally being stored over there for the long term. And because it's not for getting wealthy, um, I still contribute to my Roth IRA. I still contribute to the stock market. I contribute to all of these things and my high yield savings account. Every time I get paid, what I do right now is I take 20% of that net income that I get, I put it in my high yield savings account. I take another 20%, I put that into retirement and stocks. And so then the 60% that's left over, that's what I use to pay rent, car note, bills, credit card, food, all the normal stuff. And if I want to save for like let's say I want to get a new surfboard, well, and I'm saving for that, I save out of what's left over. It doesn't come out of my high yield savings account. 20% goes in there, 20% goes into retirement and stocks, and then I have that 60% that's left over. I pay all those bills. I like live. What's left over after that is what I use for saving to buy things that I want to buy. So hopefully this is helpful for you. Um, High yield savings accounts are really about security and parking your money somewhere so that inflation doesn't eat away at it. If you want to look at some of the stuff that I do with my investing and retirement, check out these videos that I have over here on the side. One of them will have about Roth IRAs and difference between those and traditional IRAs, and other one about investing stuff. See you in the next video.